Questions continue this week about massive changes being made in our federal government in Washington, D.C. Even state leaders are hearing from voters about what this all means and how it can affect them. 13 on Your Side political reporter Josh Albertus looks at what the Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel and State Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks had to say at a recent Grand Rapids town hall. Josh.
And Juliet, over the weekend, these leaders' messaging continuing to seemingly push back against some of what we've seen come out of the Trump administration thus far. But also a big part of this town hall was something we are seeing around the country, the concern and frustration some had about what they'd like to see and hear, what they'd like to see done from these officials.
We are not giving up. We are not backing down.
That's the kind of message that was heard at a Saturday town hall featuring State Attorney General Dana Nessel and Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks. The event focused around response to federal actions since the inauguration of President Donald Trump. But these leaders also facing frustration over what some feel is or is not being done.
It's frustrating for me to always hear what is the problem. We need to come up with a solution.
Legislatively, Brinks outlining actions like resolutions and hearings to put certain issues under the spotlight, but also acknowledging, in her view,
that's not enough. I'll fully admit it's not enough. But those are some of the things that we have available to us. So it would be irresponsible for us not to utilize those things to the best of our ability as well.
One attendee also speaking on what she feels are the potential dangers now associated with open protest.
I feel like this is also a very risky endeavor for all of us, especially when we see what happened to those University of Michigan students who are speaking out about Palestine.
The speaker seemingly referring to criminal prosecutions brought by Nessel's office against nearly a dozen protesters at U of M last year.
None of them were peacefully protesting or legally protesting. So you didn't have either of those two things. Anyone who was peacefully or legally protesting did not get charged.
Nessel saying while misinformation may be spreading surrounding the prosecutions, there's a difference between the actions of her office and what she feels may happen under the president.
Those individuals you're speaking of, they are getting every type of due process consideration you can possibly imagine. But that's my concern, is that everybody's entitled to due process under the law, and under the Trump administration, we're not going to have that anymore.
As the clashes between the Trump administration and the federal judiciary have seemed to reach somewhat of a boiling point, Brinks signaling that now is the time, in her view, for people of all affiliations to be vigilant about defending the Constitution and expecting national leaders to do the same. In the newsroom, Josh Albertus, 13 on Your Side.